Solomon, son of David, was now king of Israel. He ascended to the throne with a vision that was as grand as it was divine. He had inherited a strong and united kingdom, a legacy of his father's conquests and wisdom. But his father's greatest wish, to build a magnificent temple for the Ark of the Covenant, remained unfulfilled. This sacred task now fell upon Solomon's shoulders. Solomon, filled with divine inspiration and a sense of duty, decided to undertake this monumental task. He knew it would not be easy, but his faith was unwavering. He envisioned a temple that would be the envy of the world, a fitting dwelling place for the God of Israel. It would be a marvel of architecture and a symbol of divine presence. Solomon also planned to build a grand palace for himself, a residence that would reflect his status and the glory of his reign. He understood that the king's residence should reflect the glory of the nation. It would be a place of opulence and grandeur, befitting a ruler chosen by God. This palace would be a symbol of strength and prosperity, a place where he could rule with wisdom and justice. It would stand as a testament to his leadership and vision. Thousands upon thousands of workers would be needed. Skilled laborers, artisans and craftsmen from all over the kingdom would be called upon. The entire kingdom would contribute to this grand endeavor. The task seemed impossible, but Solomon's determination was unshakable. The resources required were immense. Cedar logs from Lebanon, precious metals and fine stones were just a few of the materials needed. Yet, Solomon was undeterred. He knew that God would guide him. With prayer and faith, he sought divine guidance at every step. He placed his trust in the Almighty and began to lay the groundwork for this ambitious project. The foundation was laid with great care and reverence. The construction of the temple and the palace would be a testament to the faith and skill of the Israelites. Their craftsmanship would be remembered for generations. Solomon's reign had begun with a grand vision. He was not just building structures, he was building a legacy. He was determined to make Israel a beacon of light and faith for all the nations. His vision extended beyond his reign, aiming to inspire future generations. The temple would be the heart of this vision, a place where God's presence would dwell among his people. It would be a sanctuary of peace and divine connection. The task was immense, but Solomon's faith was even greater. His unwavering belief in his divine mission fueled his efforts. He was ready to begin. With a heart full of faith and a mind set on his divine mission, Solomon embarked on this monumental journey. Solomon knew that he needed help to realize his vision. His dream was grand, and he was determined to build a temple that would stand as a testament to his faith and his kingdom's prosperity. He sent a message to Hiram, the king of Tyre, a ruler known for his wisdom and resources. Hiram was a renowned builder and craftsman whose skills were unmatched in the ancient world. His kingdom was known for its skilled artisans and its abundance of cedar wood, a prized material for construction. The cedar forests of Lebanon were legendary, providing the finest timber. Solomon had heard tales of Hiram's expertise and the quality of the materials he could provide. He knew that the Tyrian king was the only one who could provide the materials and the craftsmanship needed for the temple. The artisans of Tyre were famed for their skill in working with wood and stone. The message was dispatched with great care, ensuring that it would reach Hiram without delay. It was carried by trusted envoys who were instructed to convey Solomon's respect and admiration for Hiram. These envoys bore gifts and tokens of goodwill, symbols of the strong bond between their kingdoms. In his message, Solomon reminded Hiram of the strong bond of friendship that existed between their fathers, David and Hiram. This bond had been forged through mutual respect and cooperation. He spoke of their shared history and the mutual respect that had united their kingdoms. This history was a foundation upon which they could build a future of continued collaboration. Solomon believed that this shared past would lay the foundation for their future cooperation. He hoped that Hiram would see the potential for greatness in their joint efforts. Solomon's message was direct and heartfelt. He expressed his sincere desire to work together and achieve something magnificent. He requested a plentiful supply of cedar wood from the forests of Lebanon, knowing that this timber was essential for the construction of the temple. He also needed cypress wood, known for its durability and fragrance. This wood would add both strength and beauty to the temple. Solomon knew that these materials, though abundant in Tyre, were scarce in Israel. The forests of Israel could not provide the quality or quantity needed for such an ambitious project. He promised to pay generously for the timber and for the services of skilled Tyrian craftsmen. Solomon understood the value of fair compensation and wanted to ensure that Hiram's artisans were well rewarded. The success of Solomon's grand project hinged on Hiram's cooperation. Without the resources and expertise of Tyre, the temple could not be built to the standards Solomon envisioned. The fate of the temple, a beacon of hope for the Israelites, rested on the strength of their ancient bond and the goodwill between two kings. The temple was not just a building, it was a symbol of faith and unity. Solomon, with a prayer in his heart, awaited Hiram's response. He knew that the answer would be pivotal for his reign and the future of his kingdom. He knew that the answer would determine the course of his reign and the future of his kingdom. The temple would stand as a testament to their collaboration and the enduring friendship between their peoples. News of Solomon's message traveled swiftly to Tyre, carried by the swiftest couriers of the ancient world. The message was of great importance and the urgency was palpable. Hiram, upon receiving Solomon's request, was overjoyed. His heart swelled with happiness, for he saw in this request a chance to honor a cherished friendship. He had always held David, Solomon's father, in high esteem. David had been a great king and a loyal friend, and Hiram's respect for him extended naturally to his son. He saw this as an opportunity to strengthen the bond between their two nations. The alliance between Israel and Tyre could be fortified through this noble endeavor. Hiram recognized the divine purpose behind Solomon's request. He felt that this was not just a political move, but a divine calling that he was destined to support. He understood that the construction of the temple was not merely a building project, but a sacred undertaking. It was a mission that transcended earthly concerns and touched the divine. He was eager to participate in this act of faith. His enthusiasm was evident as he prepared to offer his resources and support. Hiram wasted no time in responding to Solomon. He immediately penned a letter filled with words of encouragement and commitment. He sent his own envoys back to Jerusalem, bearing gifts and a message of friendship. These gifts were symbols of his goodwill and dedication to the cause. Hiram's message echoed Solomon's sentiments. He expressed his willingness to support the grand vision that Solomon had for the temple. He expressed his deep respect for David's memory and his admiration for Solomon's piety. Hiram's words were filled with reverence and sincerity. He pledged his full support for the construction of the temple. His commitment was unwavering, and he promised to stand by Solomon throughout the project. Hiram promised to provide Solomon with all the cedar and cypress wood he needed. These materials were renowned for their quality and were essential for the temple's construction. He assured Solomon that the finest trees from the forests of Lebanon would be felled and prepared for transport. The wood would be meticulously selected and expertly handled. Hiram also promised to send his most skilled craftsmen, carpenters, stonemasons and metalworkers, to assist in the construction. Their expertise would ensure that the temple was built to the highest standards. The pact between Solomon and Hiram was more than a simple trade agreement. It was a profound alliance that signified mutual respect and shared spiritual goals. It was a testament to the enduring power of friendship and shared faith. Their collaboration was a beacon of unity and cooperation. It marked the beginning of a grand collaboration, a union of two kingdoms in the service of something greater than themselves. This partnership was destined to leave a lasting legacy. Hiram's response brought immense joy and relief to Solomon. The young king felt a profound sense of gratitude and reassurance. It was a clear sign that God was with him in this endeavor. The divine approval was evident, and Solomon felt blessed to have such a steadfast ally in Hiram. With Hiram's support secured, Solomon turned his attention to the immense task of assembling a workforce. He issued a royal decree that reverberated throughout the land. From Dan to Beersheba, men were summoned to serve in this monumental undertaking. The response was overwhelming. 30,000 men answered the call, their hearts filled with a mix of duty and anticipation. These were not ordinary labourers. They were organized into skilled and unskilled labor forces. Solomon, wise and just, understood the importance of specialization. He appointed experienced overseers, men of integrity and ability, to manage the vast workforce. The sound of hammering, chiseling and sawing filled the air as the workforce took shape. There was a palpable sense of excitement and purpose. Men from different tribes, speaking different dialects, worked side by side. They were united by their faith and their desire to contribute to the glory of God. The gathering of such a vast workforce presented logistical challenges. Food, water and shelter had to be provided. Solomon, ever the pragmatic ruler, established supply lines and ensured that the needs of the workers were met. He understood that a content workforce was a productive workforce. The construction of the temple, a testament to God's glory, would also be a testament to Solomon's leadership and organizational skills. Meanwhile, in the distant forests of Lebanon, the echoes of axes rang through the valleys. Hiram's men, renowned for their skill and stamina, set about felling the massive cedar and cypress trees. The air was thick with the scent of freshly cut wood. These were no ordinary trees. They were chosen for their size, straightness and resilience. Each tree was a testament to the passage of time, having stood tall for centuries. The felled trees were stripped of their branches and carefully squared. They were then dragged to the coast, a feat of strength and coordination. The logs were so massive that it took teams of oxen, their muscles straining, to move them. The journey from the mountains to the coast was fraught with challenges. Steep slopes and treacherous ravines had to be navigated. Every swing of the axe, every heave of the oxen was imbued with purpose. These men understood that they were not merely harvesting timber, they were playing a vital role in the construction of God's temple. Their work was an act of devotion, a tangible expression of their faith. The cedar and cypress wood, soon to be transformed into beams and pillars, would stand as a testament to their skill and dedication.